Welcome back to the channel. It's LukeTheDuke, and it's time to get insane. The latest Ark Community Crunch is now live, number 369, and we've got a small assortment of topics to cover, ranging from the latest community creature winner for Ragnarok, all the way up to a new and somewhat confusing Ark Survival Ascended announcement. So, yeah, let's embrace the insanity, not waste any more time, and dive right in. Now, as I said, Community Crunch 369 went live about 11 hours ago, and these launch every Friday night, just a shade after when I normally log off, so sorry about the delay. But before I get into it all, I wanted to thank you all for the continued support. It's been really rough getting back into full-time content creation, especially considering what I went and am still going through, but uploading and responding to your comments keeps my mind occupied, and I do greatly appreciate your input. In case you aren't yet a sub, please take a moment to smash that big, beautiful subscribe button. And while you're at it, ring the notifications bell to receive my latest upload alerts. Likes, comments, shares are also greatly appreciated, and so, here we go. Kicking it all off for us this week in Ark News is the latest community creature winner, Giganta Raptor. Included in the crunch was this concept artwork, and I've got to admit, this thing does look pretty saucy. Now, besides the interesting, detailed, and exotic-looking plumage, which looks almost peacockish in areas, there's also the hint of those deadly claws peeking through. Now, in case you are wondering, this is just concept artwork. The vote ended last week, and so it will not be rendered in engine using UE 5.2. Also, I expect we will be getting the full creature dossier in next week's crunch with a rundown of this creature's full ability set, also included in there the taming methods. Now, the Ark Creature Submission Archive did yield some interesting results on Giganta Raptor, with posts hitting the forums earlier this year. Ability suggestions included either a courage or intimidation roar, stomp attacks, and a series of powerful kicks. Of course, I'll leave a link to the Creature Submission Archive in the video description so you can check out early versions of Giganta Raptor for yourself. Overall, this beast looks really solid, and I like the fact that they've kept the sizing models intact, as you can see just how much larger than a human it truly is. Sticking along those same lines, the next community creature submission is already opened up, this time for Aberration. And if you want to submit your creature concept, make sure it is a real-world submission in theme with that map. Now, just to remind you, Aberration takes place on a damaged Ark where the internal atmosphere has leaked away. This has led to a barren surface with intense radiation, and all life now lives underground in a series of lush biomes. So, just as an example of what not to submit, that would be a sea creature, as Aberration does not feature bodies of water on that scale. Also, remember that submissions need to be real world, and the entry period will end on July the 17th at 1 p.m. PST. And the last bit of Ark news is there is another EVO event incoming, starting Monday, July the 10th. As standard practice, expect 2 times harvesting on official, 4.5 times on Small Tribe, and 5 times on Arkpocalypse and Conquest servers. And speaking of Conquest, no. There's still not a mention, not a shred of a statement about that T-Tribe Island Boys mass ban fiasco. I guess hoping for Wildcard to do the right thing here kind of ties in nicely to that definition of insanity artwork I showed you during the video intro. Which we might as well keep embracing, because here comes the head scratcher for this week, and it concerns the latest, and if you're keeping count, third bundle pricing change for Ark 1.5, aka Survival Ascended. Quick background recap for you. In last week's crunch, we got the delay announcement for ASA up to October 2023, of which I did express my doubts. There was also a price change announcement, $44.99 for early access, with just the island at launch and remastered maps being launched and included in that price. Also included in that price are the non-canon maps. Or, if you wanted to wait until launch, sometime in late 2024, you could pick up ASA for $39.99. Now, I may be wrong with those pricings and the launch times, but that's how I read it. Also, the new canon DLC map that was previously teased was not mentioned anywhere during last week's crunch. Now, for this week, Studio Wildcard decided to again broach the subject of ASA, but with an odd statement and answer, one which I don't remember anyone asking, but yeah, I guess I could be wrong here. Since our last ASA roadmap post, we've had a few questions regarding ASA, and here's some information which we hope clears up any confusion or misunderstanding. The $44.99, $39.99 at launch discount price point is for Ark Survival Ascended, which includes the Island, Scorched Earth, Aberration, Extinction, Genesis Parts 1 and 2, as well as the free, non-canon maps we had previously released as official mod maps. You will not be required to pay extra for the aforementioned remastered content. And so, after reading this, I was like, okay, what? Was anyone unclear that the purchase price for Ark Survival Ascended would indeed include all the canon maps as well as the community-created editions as well? I mean, I could be wrong here again, but I thought that was pretty clear from last week's crunch. No extra remastered DLC pricing models like we first saw with ASA. Just one price. And you get the whole smash launching into early access with that slow drip feed of content that may or may not overlap onto Ark 2's launch. Why is this even an issue? It's like Wildcard is creating this drama. They're creating a question and then answering it to sound reassuring. This is entirely a non-issue. Now, the new DLC canon story map delivery date and pricings would have been a good one to cover. Missing features at launch into early access would have been nice as well. Maybe a definitive statement on that ASA pricing structure. I mean, I can see that needing a bit of help. But this one, all the canon and free non-canon maps will be included in the ASA purchase price. I don't see this as a question that needs any attention. Anyways, moving on, and the second bit of ASA news was this statement concerning mod support day one. Mods are going to be available day one on every platform exclusively through Overwolf, whether you're on PC or consoles. Additionally, we will not be launching with premium mods until later in the year. We'll have more information on the modding process as we get to the launch of the game, and we can't wait for you to get your hands on it. Now, yeah, I dedicated a full video to Overwolf and why you need to pay special attention to this software in a previous upload, which, if you want to check it out, I will include a link to it in the video description. Personally, I don't like this as a mod launching platform, and you can check out my video for full reasonings, but from this statement by Wildcard, I guess we can grab the following facts. Number one, mods are going to be live for both PC and console day one in October when ASA goes into early access, and remember, now that Overwolf is in the picture, all mods are paid for. Number two, the more popular premium mods will not be available at launch, and players will have to wait on these until later this year, possibly when Scorched Earth goes live. I honestly don't know, just a bit of speculation on my part there. And finally, number three, I think it's safe to assume that the dev kit for mod creation will have to be made available to the mod creators in enough time to create and test mods prior to ASA launching in October. Also, we've seen Wildcard advertising job listings for mod creation in the past, so at this point, who knows what mods will be there for ASA when it goes live, allegedly, in October. Overall, not the kind of crunch we needed. No actual ASA footage, no UE5 screenshots, again, answering a non-question, and then that blip about Overwolf. So, again, insanity. We keep tuning in week after week, expecting a different result. Also, just to ease my confusion, how are you reading the pricing models for ASA? Is it $44.99 the moment it goes live into early access, and then $39.99 once all the work is completed in late 2024? I mean, are we paying $5 additional to get it what amounts to a year early before it officially launches? Or am I reading this incorrectly? And it is the exact opposite of what I'm thinking. Sound off in the comment section below. Remember to smash that sub button and ring the notifications bell to receive my latest upload alerts. While you're at it, likes, comments, and shares are also greatly appreciated. You can find and follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and in my open Discord server. Links to all of these can be found in the video description and pinned comments. Shout out to the now over 125,000 of you that have stuck with me, taken the leap, and hit subscribe. And as always, a huge thanks goes out to my awesome patrons. Until the next one, this is LtBuzzLitebeer, signing off.